This is the Phoenix Suns' best chance. Ever since the Golden State Warriors built the most talented team of all time, the NBA has had some pretty decent parity. We don't see teams like this anymore, and the NBA is much more balanced and open to a wide variety of teams. Despite the championship being a real possibility for a number of teams, the Phoenix Suns record-wise have been head and shoulders above everyone else. Led by Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and many other young guys and veterans, the Phoenix Suns have dominated the regular season and really turned their franchise around, and now have their best chance at an NBA championship this season. The Phoenix Suns' history is one without a championship, and they've been at it since 1968. We saw players like Connie Hawkins, a four-time All-Star, and Alvin Adams, who played his entire 13-season career with the Suns. Charlie Scott, Gail Goodrich, and other Suns played in the city throughout the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Larry Nance was drafted to the Suns in 1981, and he won the first ever All-Star Weekend dunk contest in 1984. Tom Chambers and Kevin Johnson led the Suns in the late 80s and early 90s, both putting up numbers and earning multiple All-Star selections, and joining them in 1992 from Philadelphia, Charles Barkley, and he put them over the edge. The Phoenix Suns squad won 60 games and made it out of the West in 1993, but ultimately fell to MJ's Bulls. The 1998 56 win team featured Jason Kidd, Rex Chapman, Antonio McDyess, and a young Steve Nash. Point guards like Penny Hardaway and Stephen Marbury ran the one for some time in the early 2000s, but the point guard position was taken over by Steve Nash in 2004. The greatest of the Amar'e Stoudemire and Steve Nash duo was on full display right away. Nash won back-to-back MVPs in 05 and 06, but the Suns lost in the West Finals in both years. Players like Shawn Marion, Leandro Barbosa, Roger Bell, and Shaquille O'Neal played alongside the duo. In 2014, the Suns were a 48-win team led by Goran Dragic, Eric Bledsoe, and other key players. But this is the last decent Suns team we would see for a while. But the Phoenix Suns will take their first step in the right direction in drafting Devin Booker at 13 out of Kentucky in 2015. The Suns got a star, but were still one of the worst teams in the league. But now we can move on to the current day Suns team, now at the top of the league. Out the gate, we saw Devin Booker's ability to score. He scored 70 in his second season. He has averaged pretty much 25 points per game for 5 straight seasons, and this is possible because of his versatile scoring ability. In the playoffs, a lot of the games are grinded out, and the Suns have one of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA. He knows how to get to his spots. He can fade out of the post, pull up in someone's face, get to the basket, and he can play make too. Up until the 2020 Orlando bubble, the Phoenix Suns hadn't really shown much promise. But in the bubble restart of the 2019-20 season, the Suns went on an 8-0 stretch in DeAndre Ayton's second season. DeAndre Ayton is already one of the best big men in the entire NBA, and some people have him ranked as high as number 4 at the 5 position. DA combines great touch jump shooting ability, great hands, and improving defense to make his great impact on the Suns. He can really hurt you in the pick and roll, whether that's a line drive to the rim or stopping a few feet away for his push shot, which is a very viable option with his touch, which is very important for a big man, and he possesses this. And DA can shoot the mid-range and is beginning to expand his range even further. And although he can score somewhat on his own, a lot of his buckets come off assists, where the Suns were 4th in the league this season, which comes to no surprise with Chris Paul at the helm. Chris Paul is really the engine that gets this team going on the court and was the piece added that turned this franchise around. For 17 seasons, Chris Paul has been an elite playmaker. Chris Paul is honestly one of the most complete players we have ever seen in NBA history. He's an all-time playmaker and elite mid-range shooter, which is something he can go to whenever he wants. He's one of the best defensive guards of all time as well. When it comes to leadership, he is one of the most reliable guys. He has helped 4 different franchises have their best regular season in their respective histories. In the 2018 draft, the Philadelphia 76ers drafted Mikal Bridges, who went to Villanova, which is just around the way from Philly. But after trading him not too long after, he was sent to Phoenix for Zaire Smith, and he has grown into a great player. Mikal Bridges is a player who fits well into the Phoenix system. One of the best defenders in the NBA, and he can knock down a catch-and-shoot 3, and he can score off the dribble at times. Just overall a really smart player. Outside of these main contributors, the Phoenix Suns have one of the deepest teams in the league. Forwards like Jay Crowder and Cameron Johnson provide perimeter defense that helped the Suns to the number 3 defensive rating in the NBA this season, while helping space the floor for this very efficient and consistent and confident Suns offense. Backup bigs like Bismack Biyombo and JaVale McGee keep a rim protector and a rim roller on the court, while Ayton is getting his rest. Although the Suns have a great team and this is probably their best chance at a championship, their season has been put in jeopardy very quickly. Game 2 versus the New Orleans Pelicans, Devin Booker dropped 31 points in the first half, then hurt himself in the second half, dealing with hamstring tightness, and the Pels tied the series up 1-1. And now we have learned that he could be out for 2 to 3 weeks. So while the Suns team was expected to make quick work of this Pels team, things are much more interesting now. Without their top scorer of the season, the Suns are 8-6, which isn't bad, but the Pelicans team has 2 elite scorers and a hungry team. And now a Suns first round exit doesn't look as unlikely as it did just a few days ago. I believe this is the best chance at a championship for the Phoenix Suns. Teams like the Grizzlies and especially the Warriors would give them a true run for their money, but again throughout their regular season they were by far the best team. The East is much more jam-packed than the West, so the Suns have less teams to truly challenge them compared to some of the East's best. But another potential championship run could have just gone down the drain once again for the Phoenix Suns. A championship would help solidify CP3's legacy for a lot of people. It will completely shut up everyone who said Booker wasn't a winning player in the past, and will be a great start to DeAndre Ayton and Mikal Bridges' early careers, and would reward all of Monty Williams' hard work, but all of that could be gone because of an injury. Let me know what you think in the comments below. How much trouble are the Suns really in, and can they recover from this injury? They've done a great job revitalizing their franchise over the years, but one injury could wash that all away. I think this is their best chance at a championship, but let's see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Rashad with Hoops Times 2. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this, and the like button if you enjoyed this video. Peace out.